It is an honor to welcome you to Athens State University. I am President Philip Way, and we are so proud to have you join us for the Commencement Convocation today. The ritual of commencement in higher education goes back 1,000 years and has been celebrated at this university for 200 years. Commencement is an important ritual in higher education, and it connects us with the rich heritage of the past while also opening up the horizons of our future. The traditions and the regalia associated with academic ceremonies had their origins in the Middle Ages. Because most medieval scholars were also clerics, distinctive features of the dress were associated with both church and university. In the late 19th century, American universities formed a commission that prepared a code for academic regalia. That code has been updated and is used today by most colleges and universities. Academic dress consists of a robe, cap, and hood, which indicate the degree held by the wearer and the college or university that awarded that degree. The official presidential robe is a Jefferson doctoral blue robe with cording and engraved seals of gold. This robe was first used at the 2009 presidential inauguration and is to be passed on to each succeeding president for commencement and other academic events. In addition, the presidential chain of office, or medallion, was created to symbolize the great responsibilities of the office of the president and the continuity of that position as the chain and medallion pass from one president on to the next. At the forefront of the platform party's procession, you will see a mace bearer. The mace bearer is a member of the faculty who carries the mace before the president on all ceremonial occasions over which the president presides. It is a symbol of the fact that the president represents the tradition of the university and that in the president is vested the authority and good name of the university. The ceremonial mace of Athens State University has been designed to pay tribute to the rich history of the university. The 4 panels of the bronze cap mark distinct periods of our cultural and educational progress. The first panel of the bronze cap points to the agrarian nature of our Alabama natives and their basic diet of corn, beans, and squash as primary staples. In the second panel, the male and female symbols celebrate the beginning of coeducation in 1931, and the Methodist symbols of flame, cross, and oil lamp recall the Methodist sponsorship of the college, which had begun just 2 decades after its founding. The third panel marks the 1975 change of sponsorship from Methodist Church to State of Alabama. The fourth panel represents the August 1998 name change from Athens State College to Athens State University. These traditions, as well as your presence here today, represent the ties that our students have to their past and connects today's graduates to who they are now. Today we celebrate them and look forward to see where they are going next. At this time, please stand, if you're able, for the procession of our graduates.
remain standing, if you are able, for the invocation given by Dr. Robert White, Professor of Religion. The invocation will be followed by the playing of the national anthem.
Our 3-year-old youngest granddaughter, Rosie, walked in the room one day last week. She was dressed as Princess Elsa with a wand in hand. She came there to see a Christmas tree that had been placed. Now, this tree, there's a foot pedal that changes the color of the lights on the tree. She would stand there with her wand in the air and say, "Abracadabra." I happened to be standing close enough to the foot pedal to change the color of the lights. It was magic. Now, you might say there was no magic that day. It could be explained. But you should have seen the light in her eyes and the joy in her face light up every time those lights changed. We were both aware of something special in that moment. An invocation is no magical invoking of God's presence. I believe that God is already among us and with us, present. Instead, an invocation is an invitation to awake and see this moment for what it really is: a moment of grace, a gift, a moment filled with meaning and mystery. So take it in, all of it. Those of you who are graduating, deep breath and joy for the accomplishment. This moment is an invitation to see the faces of friends and family who have helped you arrive here in this moment. In the words of the psalmist, "Awake, my soul, awake, and be aware, and be grateful."
You may be seated. At this time, I ask that you please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Welcome. Welcome to our honored guests, friends, family, faculty, staff, and of course, our graduates to Athens State University's Fall Commencement. I am Dr. Catherine Welberg, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs here at our university. We are clearly here today to celebrate the accomplishments of these graduates seated in front of me. You are the reason that we can celebrate the transformative power of education. Congratulations on achieving this milestone in your life. Along with our congratulations, we have someone else who would like to extend her congratulations and best wishes to each of you on this very special day.
Congratulations, graduates of Athens State University. You did it. You've accomplished a major milestone that simply cannot be overlooked. As recent events in our state have shown, resilience is a necessary skill, one that each of you have greatly displayed while earning your respective degrees. As you all prepare to take the next step in life, remember your roots. Think of your experience here and what the school has meant to you to this point, your challenges, the support of your family, the encouraging spirit of your teachers, and your ultimate accomplishment culminating here today. And then go forth and succeed. I'd be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to ask you to pursue your careers here in Alabama. There are currently more jobs available than folks to fill them, which means we want you to prosper in Sweet Home, Alabama. Each of you has the potential to do great things and to make positive change within the world. May God continue to bless each of you and the great state of Alabama.
Along with our governor, there are others who share your joy on this special day and who were there to support you on your journey. Your mothers, fathers, grandparents, spouses, children, brothers, sisters, and friends. If you are one of those who has supported and shared this journey with one of our graduates, please stand so we can show our appreciation to you. It is also my privilege to acknowledge other women and men who are very special to our graduates, the faculty and staff of Athens State University, who have taught, encouraged, challenged, consoled, prodded, and otherwise walked with you through your educational experience. They have modeled good scholarship for you. They have shown you the world through their disciplines, and they are now here to celebrate your success. If you are a member of the Athens State University faculty or staff, please stand so that we can thank you for your work with our graduates. To help make this day even more special, recognizing your accomplishments, we are joined by several individuals from the university who are helping us during this ceremony. Please stand as I recognize you and stay standing. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Today's commencement marshal is Dr. Shannon Pittman, Assistant Professor of Biology. Serving as faculty marshal is Dr. Susan Owen, Professor of Psychology. The mace bearer is Dr. Katja Maxwell, Associate Professor of Computer Science. Please join me in thanking them. And now it is my pleasure to introduce you to the people on the platform today. Again, please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Please stand as I call your name. Dr. Philip Way, 37th President of Athens State University. Dr. Dave Ragsdale, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Robert White, Professor of Religion, Invocator. Mr. Jeffrey Gunther, Assistant Provost for Planning, Budgeting, and Assessment, Announcer. Mr. Mike Underwood, Athens State University Board of Trustees member. Ms. Laura Huckabee Jennings, our commencement speaker. Join me in thanking them. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present the President of Athens State University, Dr. Philip Way.
Greetings. It is a great day at Athens State University and a great day for our graduates. Congratulations. I am very honored to share in today's celebration. The university is celebrating its bicentennial this year, and we are reminded of our rich history and the many inspiring people who have passed through our historic columns. Today, you are the first graduating class of the university's 200th commencement and part of this rich history. Many of you may not know this, but our university is one of only 2 public upper division universities currently in operation in the United States. Many of our students are non-traditional in that over half of them are over 25 years of age, and while attending school, hold down a full-time job and have family obligations. Another attribute that many of our students have in common is that they are first-generation college students. That is, the first in their immediate family to attend college. I would like for everybody in this assembly who is or was a first-generation college student to please stand and be recognized. Congratulations to all of you. You will notice that several of our graduates are wearing different colored cords with their commencement regalia. These cords represent membership in particular honor societies at the university. Also, you will notice some of the graduates are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords. Would you please stand if you are wearing a red, white, and blue honor cord? These graduates are veterans or are currently on active duty status. Please help me thank them for their self-sacrifice and service to our country. I would also like to ask members of the audience to stand and be recognized if you are a veteran or currently on active duty status. I would now like to recognize those undergraduate students who are graduating today with honors. To graduate cum laude, which means with honors, a student must have a 3.5 to a 3.69 grade point average. Would those students graduating cum laude please stand to be recognized? Splendid. To graduate magna cum laude with high honors, a student must have a 3.7 to a 3.89 grade point average. Would those students graduating magna cum laude please stand to be recognized? And finally, to graduate summa cum laude with the highest honors, a student must have a 3.9 to a 4.00 grade point average. Would those students graduating summa cum laude please stand to be recognized? Wow. Well, it gives me great pleasure at this point in the ceremony to introduce a Board of Trustees member new to our board this year. His name is Mike Underwood, and he's going to be bringing greetings from the Board of Trustees. Mike?
Thank you, Dr. Way. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I bring you greetings. I'm a new trustee here. Been a trustee since October, so this is new to me. But let me say how proud I am and honored to be part of this great university and a trustee for Athens State University. I know each of you. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that's part of you being here today. So I'd encourage you to just continue to take that hard work and discipline that's got you here today to receive these degrees and take that into the next chapter of your life. So again, let me say congratulations on behalf of the Board of Trustees. Thank you.
Today's commencement speaker is a graduate of Huntsville High School. She earned a bachelor's degree in physical chemistry from Princeton University, a master's degree in comparative culture from Tokyo, Japan, and a master's in business administration from INSEAD in France. Her 35 years of experience include management roles at Procter & Gamble and Coca-Cola, strategy consulting, and corporate development for technology startups across the US, Europe, and Asia. She is the founder and chief executive officer of Transcend, the first certified B Corporation in Alabama, which supports the development of organizational cultures where people thrive and contribute to economic and social prosperity. She was named to the 100 Women in Impact, a global list of impact-focused female leaders, including luminaries such as Dr. Jane Goodall and Eileen Fisher. Students, honored guests, family, and friends, please welcome your commencement speaker, Ms. Laura Huckabee Jennings.
Thank you all, and thank you, President Way and Dean Ragsdale, for inviting me to speak to this graduating class and their families, faculty, staff, and supporters. It's a great privilege to address you on this Your Day, marking one of the most important accomplishments of your life to date. Congratulations to the Athens State College of Arts and Sciences class of 2022 at the beginning of the third century for this esteemed university. As you graduate in your many disciplines at Athens State, finishing that degree in biology, chemistry, which is near and dear to me, computer science, math, English, history, political science or psychology, religion, social science, or art, the breadth of disciplines you represent is significant and promising for our collective future, because answers to our shared social, economic, environmental, and political problems require input from all fields. You've already overcome many obstacles to complete this degree, perhaps in a way you did not anticipate. In meeting the challenges that life threw at you, you rose above those challenges and worked to develop the skills needed to complete your degree. You managed your time, learned how to interpret a syllabus, wrote with power and clarity, and kept up with the many challenges of life, family, friends, finances, and for many of you, jobs and children demanding your attention. Although your academic degree is the reason we are gathered to celebrate you today, you're taking away from these years at Athens State much more than a piece of paper or a credential that helps you in career and life. You are demonstrating that you have what it takes to persevere, to overcome, to focus, and to leapfrog the many hurdles you have faced in getting here. You walk away with all those skills and the confidence to apply them, and that will prove one of the most lasting lessons of your time here. Like you, I came from North Alabama and pursued a degree in chemistry and used that as a springboard for my career. I want to share with you today that great things start here, and 5 core thoughts with you about how to make the most of this next phase of your life and leverage the lessons you have learned here. For my start in Alabama, I went on to study in 4 different institutions, earned 3 degrees, and lived and worked in 6 different countries. My education served me well, and it can be your springboard too. Because you're here, I know you've already created the habits that allowed you to graduate. Those habits are an excellent foundation for taking charge of your future and making a difference in the world. To honor your hard work, I want to share a few thoughts about the challenging, exciting, and perhaps unexpected path ahead of you to create a life with meaning and purpose. You will continue to be change makers, but not always in the ways and on the timeline you expect. The world will continue to surprise you with new opportunities, new challenges, and always the unpredictable, as 2020 showed us all. Your success will depend more on your ability to adapt, to be resilient in the face of setbacks, and to commit to moving forward no matter the obstacles you find. These are the lessons you have learned in coming to finish your degree here, and you will need them throughout your lives. You may have idols or mentors or people you admire who have achieved great things. It is easy to assume that their path to greatness held few obstacles, that their job was easier, that they are superhuman and better than us. The stories we make up about others say more about our own insecurities, about our right to succeed, and our sense of self-worth than it does about them. Who am I to think I can succeed and overcome the challenge in front of me? You now know you can. For me, leaving Alabama for college meant challenging myself on a bigger stage. I went from here to Princeton having never visited the campus and knowing only one other person going there. When I arrived, I discovered that most of my classmates were valedictorians, and I was not. They were star varsity athletes. I was not. They came from prestigious high schools across the country, and I did not. As a small fish in a big pond, I struggled with who I was and my fear of being inadequate compared to my classmates. Very recently, I met a classmate and told her how much I had admired her thinking and her athleticism in college. As it turns out, I was one of the smartest people she met there. Only I saw myself in such an unflattering light. No one else saw me that way. And this brings me to lesson 1. You are amazing, just the way you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and chart your own course. What I want you to know as you graduate is that you're already amazing by virtue of being you. You're uniquely talented and cannot be compared to anyone else. The game of comparisons and competition is rigged because there will always be someone smarter, someone faster, someone more outgoing. Life is not a win-lose proposition where someone else's success is your loss. Celebrate your friends, be happy for others, and never lose sight of the fact that you are indeed good enough to change the world and make your mark. Never doubt this. You are amazing. Don't be afraid to believe in yourself and your ability to change the world. Change always begins with one person. What change will you choose to make? Lesson 2, life is not a race. You all have taken the road less traveled already and finished your degrees after a break or a transition to Athens State. So you know the speed to getting to your degree is not a good measure of its quality or how much you've learned. In fact, it can be more valuable to take the time to mature and reflect during your studies. Your education is not a box to be checked on the way to something better. It's a chance to explore new fields and ideas, meet people with different points of view, and even reinvent yourself. It can be a place to discover the kind of difference you want to make in the world. As a freshman in college, I decided to graduate early, and I did. Looking back on that time now, I wish I'd slowed down and savored a few more classes, a few more friendships, and allowed myself to mature in that environment just a little longer. But I was rushing towards the next, like there was a race to be won, and just to be clear, there isn't. Wherever you land, take the time to enjoy where you are and the lessons that brings, and don't rush to be somewhere else. Enjoy the journey, savor it, and don't rush to the destination. Lesson 3, get comfortable with discomfort and step into the fear. After my undergraduate degree, I was ready for a change, and I took a year before starting a doctoral program, and I went to Japan. I didn't know Japanese, but I wanted to see the world, and there was a job for me there with Monsanto in an agricultural research facility. Turns out that was way in the country, the boonies as we called it. I thought I was acclimatizing a little before I went by learning to eat sushi, and I came to really enjoy it, only to find that it's a special treat in Japan and not a daily meal. Boy, was I surprised. It was an adventure, and not an easy one. I lived in a really small town where very few people spoke any English. My Japanese went from non-existent to conversational, and I learned. I learned to read enough to distinguish between cooking oil and floor cleaner at the grocery store, important. I learned to cook Japanese dishes in my small apartment, and I learned that the Shakey's pizza in Tokyo sounds like the one we once had in Huntsville, but served pizza with corn, mayonnaise, and squid, and did not provide a taste of home after all. It was a challenging year, but it led to a return to Japan another year later with fluent Japanese, 5 years of strategy consulting there, when I got to know not only Japan, but many countries throughout Asia, all from stepping into a place where I knew I would be uncomfortable. It also led me to 7 more years in Europe, rounding out my global career and leading me to believe that people are very similar and that cultures are unique ways of solving common human problems. It led me to develop more empathy, deeper curiosity about people, and ultimately my current work on organizations and human systems. I tell our clients, there's no learning in the comfort zone, and there's no comfort in the learning zone. To truly grow and learn, you need to find things that make you uncomfortable, where you stumble, where you struggle, and where you can challenge your thinking and assumptions about the world. Embrace views other than your own. Explore them. Really understand them and where they come from. You might just change your mind about something, or at least develop a little empathy for others. For you, this might be a colleague from another part of the country or another part of the world who can share a new way of looking at a problem. It might be a job that stretches your view of the field you studied and even sounds unrelated, but relies on the basic thinking skills you learned here. Stay open and curious, and learn to truly listen to others, especially when you're tempted to dismiss them. Remember, the fear you feel is just a data point. Don't let it determine your choices. Be bold, explore, and chart your own path, stepping beyond the fear. Lesson 4, don't be afraid to change course. After a year in Japan, I returned to my doctoral program in physical chemistry. I was miserable in it. My grades were excellent, teaching was interesting, but the research was moving so slowly that I felt like I was living in molasses. I pushed, I persevered, I distracted myself from that feeling, but ultimately I sat down and analyzed what was going on for me. While I loved the science, I had chosen a solitary and slow field of research that didn't feed my need for people and relationships and just plain conversation. I couldn't see myself in that field long term. That path led back to Japan, 2 master's degrees, and a global career in business and technology and organizations. But this was not the straightest path to where I am today. But apparently I had lessons to learn that I could only learn through hardship. It was a huge risk to leave my doctoral program, but I knew it was no longer the path of fulfillment for me. And I pursued work and scholarship to make that change successful. You too will make changes. I found that my degree in chemistry did not limit my career path. What you studied here does not determine what you can do next. The scientific method, my data-based reasoning, and curiosity about the world and how it works, nurtured in my chemistry program, have served me well in business, in psychology, and sociology of how people and organizations work, and I rely on it every day, even if I'm no longer building spectroscopy systems and I haven't done quantum mechanics in a long time. Whatever your major, the jobs of the future are counting on the quality of your thinking, the focus, tenacity, and curiosity you take away from your degree, and you will be ready for whatever new jobs emerge. Just because you decide to change course, however, doesn't mean the world will necessarily follow your logic, or that you aren't responsible for managing the consequences of the choices you make. Be persistent and resourceful, and you will find a way if it's important to you. The world does not owe you success, but you can find it if you're willing to work hard at it. And as you already know, you will find people who help you along your path if you look for them. Which brings us to the last point. Lesson 5 is that relationships are everything. The real key to success in life and work is building great relationships and making sure you're the one that helps others, even when there's no immediate benefit for doing so. While working at Procter & Gamble in Geneva, Switzerland, I had the opportunity to attend a presentation by one of our marketing directors. I thought he did a remarkable job, but he didn't receive a lot of feedback. He was not in my reporting chain, he couldn't do anything really for me, and he was senior to me. But I decided to share feedback with him. I went to his office the next day, poked my head in and said, "Thank you," and what a great job he'd done and how interesting the presentation was. That was it. A year later, he offered me a job and a promotion to work for him at Coca-Cola in Warsaw, Poland. After that one positive moment where I went out of my way to share appreciation, he had taken more notice of my work and added me to his team as soon as he could. It was a big move, a big promotion. It would never have happened without that seed of a relationship that I started with just a single positive word. The power of one small moment, a connection between people, a chance to be a positive influence on someone's day, can open doors like no resume or GPA. Take the time to be the person that others enjoy being around, who can be genuinely pleased for them and listen deeply. These gifts make you memorable and will open doors for you. Don't be afraid to speak up in genuine appreciation for someone who can't do anything for you. Life is going to throw you curveballs. You've already had a few. And we don't often like to talk about them, but I want you to know you'll continue to have them, and that you can stand up every time you're knocked down. You already have, you're here today. As you finished your degree over the past 2 or more years, you've had an experience like no other. Learning through a pandemic with all the challenges associated is really interesting. What have you learned about yourself in the process? How have you figured out to pick yourself up and carry on regardless? I hope that you will look back and be able to say that you can honestly admit that it's been tough and disappointing in some ways. and that you'll be able to see how you were resilient, how you adapted and innovated and kept moving forward and even found a few unexpected gifts. The gifts of family, of health, of friendship, and even of solitary reflection. You will notice that you did not let the fear of the new, the unfamiliar, and the untested hold you back from learning that is earned only through discomfort. The emotions you've had over the past years are real. The disappointments, the triumphs, the anxiety, the hope are all real and human and completely normal. What you decide to do with those data points will determine how you build a life of meaning and purpose. Stepping beyond the fear, out of your comfort zone, and making strong connections will build on your hard work and help you make a difference, to change the world, to be fearless in pursuit of a better future for us all. We're counting on you. You're all amazing. Congratulations on being you and taking this next step boldly and fearlessly. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Huckabee Jennings, for your words of wisdom and encouragement and reminding us how important it is to learn outside our comfort zone. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Ragsdale to the podium as we are now coming to the part of the ceremony that we have all been waiting for.
Would the candidate for the Master of Arts please stand? Dr. Way, the candidate who stands before us today, whose name will be called, has met all the requirements necessary to receive the degree of Master of Arts. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend their degree be conferred.
And by the authority granted me by the State of Alabama and the Athens State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree Master of Arts, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. You may move your tassel to the left-hand side.
And now I will give you a few more instructions as we proceed. The marshal will signal for you to come up to the stage. You'll give your card to the announcer, and you will present your hood to Dr. Ragsdale. The photographer will take your picture at that point. Dr. Ragsdale will place the hood over your commencement robe and will present you with a diploma cover, as will happen for all of you. Now, do not be alarmed. Everyone's diploma cover, which will be yours to take home, includes a congratulatory letter from the university president. Your official diploma will be mailed to you. After your hooding, you will join the president and smile for another photograph. After that, you'll exit the stage and you will be photographed yet again in the corner to my right, and then proceed back to your seat. Graduate honor marshal, please bring our master's degree graduate to the stage.
Amanda S. Tipton.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please stand? Dr. Way, the candidates who stand before you today and whose names will be called have met all the requirements necessary to receive the degree Bachelor of Arts, or the Bachelor of Fine Arts, or the Bachelor of Science. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend their degree be conferred.
By the authority granted me by the State of Alabama and the Athens State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts or the Bachelor of Fine Arts or the Bachelor of Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. You may move your tassels to the left-hand side. Graduates, please be seated for a moment.
To follow up on the instructions, the honor marshal will signal for your row to stand and will lead you to the stage one row at a time. You'll give your card to the announcer and then join your dean to accept your diploma cover. Then you will proceed to the president where you will have a photograph. And following that, you'll exit the stage where you will be photographed again in the corner to my right before proceeding back to your seat. Will the honor marshal please bring forward the first row of newly recognized graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Sujan Bassnett. Betty J. Battles. Brooke Elizabeth Burzett. April Borden. Jamie Sue Bowen. Tanner Jordan Brock. Shelby Brothers, magna cum laude. Allison M. Burris. Kathy D. Yarbrough Carr, magna cum laude. Cody William Counts. James Brandon Cunningham, cum laude. Crystal Lynn Dawes. Valerie Sharon Dean Davis. Antoinette Dew. Morgan Shaquille Drake. Emily Rebecca Ferguson. Alexandria Chantal Fletcher. Landon Colin Flynn. Kylene A. Fangemi, summa cum laude. Jude Preston Freed, summa cum laude. Brady Lee Garner. Devin Brett Garrett. Sawyer Dane Griffin. Sean Brian Haygood. Hunter David Haraway. Blair Hayes, magna cum laude. Kayla Lee Hills. Thomas Ray Honeycutt Jr., summa cum laude. Roger Leon Jackson, magna cum laude. Kendra C. Langham. Kiana Monet Leslie. Livingston Barrett Long. Micah Jackson Magnus. Ansley Malin Marty, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Nicole Martin. Gracie Lauren Martin. Ashley Taylor McKay. Maggie May McNamara. Daniel R. Mink. Jade M. Moore. Rhonda Dion Moxley, summa cum laude. Roy Allen Nagel, magna cum laude. Sheila Teresa Newsom. Carson Jordan Phillips, magna cum laude. Nicholas Philip Prater, summa cum laude. Victoria Ashley Reeves. Kyle Daniel Rusk. Dacus Sankey Jr., cum laude. Joseph Major Sapp, summa cum laude. Cassidy Blake Shadden. Kiera Janae Sims. Catherine S. Small Posey, cum laude. Chelsea Nicole Smith. Ashley Deanna Von Streeter, magna cum laude. Alyssa Grace Stutz, cum laude. Nishal Thapa. Christy Lorraine Thielbar, summa cum laude. Emily Susan Tidwell, magna cum laude. Lauren Klein Tidwell. Hatsiri Vargas. Jennifer Elaine Wade. Danielle Watts. Michael Elijah Weeks, summa cum laude. Hunter Lee White. Nicholas Tyler White. Jeffrey Alexander Willingham.
Let's give another warm round of applause to this year's newly minted graduates. I have a few comments to make just before we dismiss. First of all, let me say that all students contribute to the growth and the success of this university. And we hope that you, the students, are as proud of us as we are of all of you. As we can't let you leave us totally, we're going to make sure that you have a free one-year membership in the university's Alumni Association. And we hope that you will use this membership to stay connected to the university and all the great things that are continually happening here. After this ceremony, I invite you all to join us in the Sandridge Student Center Ballroom for a reception to honor our graduates. There will be opportunities for pictures in the ballroom and anywhere else on our beautiful historic campus. Following the benediction, I would ask the audience to remain at their seats until all graduates, faculty, and the platform party have recessed from the gym. You may then follow them to the reception. Graduates, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2022 for the College of Arts and Sciences. And please, would everyone else rise and join in singing the Alma Mater, is printed on the back of the program, and remain standing for the benediction led by Dr. White.
One evening, in the first century, Rabbi Akiva was walking home after studying the Hebrew Scriptures. He was deep in meditation and was so captivated by the text that he missed his left turn to go home to Capernaum. Before realizing it, he had wandered directly to the front gate of a Roman military fortress. Before Rabbi Akiva could turn around and retrace his steps, the voice of a Roman guard atop the gate called out, "Who are you? And why are you here?" Startled, the rabbi replied, "What?" And again the soldier called, "Who are you? And why are you here?" The rabbi asked the soldier, "How much are you paid to ask me these questions?" And the guard responded, 2 drachma a week. To which Rabbi Akiva said to the soldier, "I'll pay you twice that amount if you'll stand outside my home and ask me those 2 questions every morning. Who are you? Why are you here?" To you graduates, may you come to answer those 2 questions with clarity and conviction. May you find your purpose and your passion. May your very life shine in the world. May you live into your creative best. May you rise and claim the nobility of your own life. And I hope that you will remember along the way that you are not alone. God's blessing and grace for every step of the journey.